Hey everybody, just wanted to get an idea of what the Buell Blast transmission looks like. This is the best video in the world, but I have to hold it in my hand and kind of pull here because I don't really have anything better. But to give you an idea what's going on here, here's your main shaft, your counter shaft, and your shift drum. These are your forks, and if you can kind of see in here, depending if I move this in and out, this is what, there are some pins that go inside of this area here that ride along these rails, if that's what you want to call it. And that's what allows this to move these gears back and forth. But I kind of have this set up so I can easily take it apart so you can kind of see what's going on. But towards the end here, I'll give you an idea of what seems to make this so hard about trying to either repair or take this thing apart. Putting it together seems fairly easy so far, but also I got another tool to see that seems to make it a lot easier for me. So what I would recommend when you take these things off, each of these gears, I would recommend you mark them. So this would be, and you can check out your Buell Blast manual. You can also find it, the Buell Blast manual on Buell Riders Online. You can download it for free and just start here. We're going to start with this counter shaft. So again, if we check out which number that's going to be, it should be number 21 here. We can come down and see 21 is going to be 5th gear counter shaft. So what I would do is I would take that off and mark it as 5th gear counter shaft. Put the marks on there. You could do the same thing here. So this gear, you can kind of determine what number is going to be coming off there. That's the number 20. So that's considered 2nd gear counter shaft. We can yank that one off. Kind of get an idea of what it looks like here. At this point, I'll probably just make it easy for you. I don't have this shift drum in here completely, so I'm gonna just pull this whole thing out. So again, this is a Baker shift drum, so it's a replacement from the stock version of it, which is actually right here. Originally, when I had some issues with, I don't know if it was from the shift drum or something else, but I did find a few. There's a chip right here, and again, I don't know how well this video is right now. There's a chip on the corner, and some of this, I got some new forks. Some of the forks were causing an issue, but that's the old one. This is the new one. Supposedly it's supposed to be smoother and better neutrals, but we'll find out what that's going to be like. Now this here should be, let me check my manual here again. Will be, if we look at the picture, that should be number 18, shifter fork, 3rd and 5th gear. So just keep that in mind. Again, when you take these off, this should be 3rd and 5th gear. You can also, they have something in the manual right here that kind of give you an idea, like where the pin sets in. So just keep that in mind. And I'll show you the other ones as they come about, but that might help visually also if you kind of are completely lost. But this just sits in there. I'll pull this gear off so you can kind of get an idea what it looks like. Now again, right now I'm pulling off main shaft. This should be 2nd gear main shaft. So again, you might want to write these on each one of these every time you take it off. And you can kind of see where this shift fork can sit in here. You can kind of see it there. And you can see how it can allow it to slide back and forth if needed. Alright, let's keep going. I find taking these off seem to help with some of these other gears, so these just slide right off. This one we'll take, obviously there's a short shift fork on that one, and that shift fork should be number 17, shifter fork for 1st and 2nd gear. Again, I'm taking off the counter shaft, number 19, third gear counter shaft. So again, you might want to write these down as you take them off. And let me tell you again, this is not the way it really happens when you take your gears off your transmission. There are all these rings in there that are extremely hard to take off. And I'll give you an idea what it looks like once we get in here. But I just threw this together so I can get a video for you guys so you can see what it looks like. Alright, so we'll take this one off. This should be, let's see, I already took one off, so this will be number 13. Third gear main shaft. Should just slide right off here. And you can kind of see some of these have grooves where they'll actually fit on the areas like this. Others will have these here that they'll ride along. So again, get an idea of what's going on with some of these versus the other ones. This, let me see. I might be able to pull this one off. Okay, I might have to take this one off first. Let's see here. If I can. Maybe. Might need two hands. Alright, let me set this down for a sec. See if I can get two hands on this one. No, it's not perfect, but there we go. Yeah, no problem. Came up without an issue. So this one should be first gear counter shaft. Again, I would just mark them if I were you. And also this came off with it. This is, I believe, is considered a thrust washer. And this was actually all the way right there. But I'm not going to take this final one off here, but I'll take this off. That's your, I believe this should be your fourth gear, just to make double check. Yeah, fourth gear, shift fork. And this is going to be number 12, which is first gear main shaft. Okay? Keep that in mind. Now these ones I already have set in here. You can see these, you can call them retaining rings, snap rings, I guess whatever you want to call them. But right behind that one, and again I'm sorry if you can't see, but there is a thrust washer between this here and here. And these are the grooves, again I don't know if you can see very well, right here that they sit in. And it's really very hard to get something in here to try to get those out. And that seems to take a lot of time, at least it did for me. Getting them back on seems a lot easier, and I would highly recommend getting a special tool, which I picked this up. It's a Mac Tools P35. I don't know if you can see it on there, but you can see it how it opens versus something like this from Harbor Freight, which seems to bend. And just, it does not hold those rings will pop right off. On this one has a nice groove in there where they get caught.